What I'd like to talk about today is something that you're probably all very familiar with, and that is the reality that life comes at you fast. One day, you are just making silly little videos on the internet where you share news of the world of film photography and beyond, and occasionally a little bit of shit talking about some certain companies that may or may not have taken a lot of money from people and provided no product. And then the next day you have a 3-inch scar on your arm from a broken wrist surgery, unable to use your hand and not really able to work on cameras the same way you could before. Life happens fast is all I'm trying to say at the end of the day. And I think a very good example of that in camera form is no better than the Snapic A1. And if that sounds like a reach, it was. But yes, the Snapic A1, a very interesting camera that kind of jumped up out of nowhere for a lot of people. This is a recent addition to the Kodak Rito lineup. Other cameras include the M35, the H35, H35N, and the recent EC35 release. Now the Snapic A1 is very similar in that it utilizes the same kind of shutter system, but that's about where some of the comparisons end. It is a very simplistic camera, but there are still a few things worth talking about. We'll talk about that in a moment, but this Snapic A1, on a more personal level, also abides by that life comes at you fast, as it has experienced some of the underwater joys and relaxing aromas of a hot tub. Yes, this is the camera that I dropped in a hot tub, and to this date, it still works. It doesn't work without film in it, but it does still work. And I wanted to talk about it a little bit because I recently shot another roll through it, and I am continually impressed with this system. And I know Kodak has released, or Rito has released, a new camera, the EC35, which does appear to be a very simple and a much more affordable option than the A1, coming at, I believe, $35, where this is still retailing for $99. Depending on your price point, I still feel like the Snapic A1 is worth the buy because the construction of this is phenomenal, the usability of this is next level, and the quality of the images that come out of this, while they are limited by the single shutter speed, do still provide a really beautiful recounting of events that you've lived through. I think this is a really good camera, and I want to talk about it a little bit more today because, truth be told, I did break my wrist, as I'm sure a lot of you know, and that has limited my capabilities and my desire to take photos because I want to lug around a lot of stuff. I definitely didn't a few weeks ago when my wrist was still shattered into a million pieces, as my doctor had informed me. So something like the Snapic A1, being lightweight, being easy to use, is really quite lovely. Pairing that with a video I posted recently regarding the prevalence of new film cameras in the film photography space, and then also just the general sentiments of the film photography industry's health, I've been thinking a lot about wanting to use these new cameras and kind of revisit them and give a better determination upon their usability, their viability in the market, and how I think they kind of compare to the older system. So a lot of this has been really top of mind, and I want to talk about it a little bit more, not necessarily as a sales pitch, but just as a continuing reminder that this is a pretty solid camera for the money. And truth be told, it doesn't look half bad either. I think stylistically it's a little bit limited in only having 2 color patterns, but it has a sleek kind of professionalism aesthetic that you don't really get in the EC35 with a little bit of a louder plastic feel and the more vibrant colors. This feels a little bit more toned down. It feels a little bit more professional, if you want to call it that, and it also just feels more subtle, generally speaking. When I was shooting with this, I also had another series of cameras with me, least of which was the Contax RTS, which is a favorite camera of mine, but it is quite big, it is quite bulky, and it does require both hands to utilize the focusing system and everything else, which is fine, but then to be able to pair that very quickly with this is a really nice little addition. It's a pocketable system. I also recently have been shooting a lot with the Pentax 6.7. Insert your 6.7 jokes here and then kindly unsubscribe from my channel. Thank you very much. I'm just kidding. Please don't. I need every subscription I can because these medical bills are going to ruin me. But regardless, the Pentax 6.7 is a wonderful system. It is massive, as I'm sure you're aware. There have been multitude of jokes, and if you've ever seen one in real life, it's quite substantial. Now, I am a man of larger dimensions, and my hands are quite big, so it does seem small in comparison to like my size, but it is still quite big. And given the fact that I've only had one perfectly operating hand, it's been a bit of a challenge. So to have the 6.7 hanging off of my neck and then to have this in my back pocket has been a really fun little combo for me, because I'm getting kind of lower quality, more candid images off of this, and I'm getting, you'd think, higher quality images off the Pentax 6.7. This is a very good option, I think, for that end of summer, kind of beginning of fall camera platform. Could be a great gift come the holiday months or what have you. It's pocketable, it's easy to use, it's lightweight, it's fun, and if the true aesthetic value of film photography is just to take fun film photos, quality be damned, this definitely delivers on that, although I will say it delivers quite heftily on the quality front as well. Some of the images I've taken out of this have been remarkable. The only issue I have is that I continually put my finger in the frame. Don't know what's wrong with me about that, but what are you going to do? Have smaller fingers? Regardless of all of that, the Snapic A1 is a phenomenal addition to the modern lineup of film cameras. It is incredibly affordable, very well constructed, takes great images, easy to use. What more can you really say? I think having two focus options is nice, and as much as I would like to see a variation of shutter speeds, perhaps like a slower shutter speed or something of that effect, at the end of the day, the quality of glass in the lens is such that the images are high quality. You can edit them a little bit and still get some favorable results. I'm not upset about it one bit. All that to be said, the Snapic A1 is a great camera. Life comes at you fast, and I recommend you try to capture as much of it as you can with the Snapic A1. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it as always. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one.